Greetings all and sundry, and welcome once again to another presentation of La Theatre De Phénix. I am your artistic director / creative genius, Chaz Redhead, and I think some of the buckfast I have is going down the wrong hole. I'm good. Now, allow me to explain for those who may be your first time at La Theatre De Phénix. I have gathered together some of London theatre and comedy's most available talent, and together we are putting on the greatest literature works ever written. I speak, of course, of the Ace Attorney trilogy. Now, we are currently in our fall season, even though it is spring. We are currently in our fall season as we are in Game 3 of the Phoenix Wright trilogy. That is, of course, Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations. I see what they did there. We are in Case 3 of Game 3, so it's all threes, just in time for Pi Day on the 14th. In case people don't celebrate Pi Day. 14th of March, Pi Day. Anyway, what am I saying? So, we are on the third case, Recipe for Turnabout. Now, here is what you may have missed. So, one of Phoenix Wright's previous clients, Maggie Bird, who you might remember from the first case of Game 2, has been accused of poisoning a programmer called Glenn Elg. Now, Glenn Elg wrote some things down on a piece of paper. They picked that up as evidence. But also, Maggie Bird was framed for the crime because Maggie Bird says that she saw somebody put something into Glenn Elg's coffee. This all went down at a fancy restaurant where Maggie Bird works called Très Bien. Now, the proprietor of Très Bien is Jean Armstrong, who is an Okama. I don't have time to explain it further than that. That character does not turn up in this segment, and I do not have the energy to contextualize it. There is a command for it. So, they went to investigate, and they spoke to Maggie, they spoke to Jean Armstrong, and they spoke to Victor Kudo, who is an elderly man who is also a regular patron there. They worked out that Victor Kudo only goes there because he likes the way the waitresses look in their uniforms. So Maya was working there as a waitress. Phoenix tried to pimp her out. Maya bailed and summoned the ghost of her older sister, Mia Fey, and they got the information they needed in the form of a haiku, which was immediately scrunched up and thrown in the bin, thus making that whole exercise utterly, completely worthless. And now we're entering the trial phase. So, this is the first trial of Recipe for Turnabout. I really do hope that you enjoy it. If you're curious about catching up on previous episodes of Theatre De Phénix, you can find them all on YouTube. It's a hell of a journey, and I'm pretty sure at this point it's basically a week's worth of content now. I mean, if you watched it solidly from start to finish, I think it would be about a week. So, with that in mind, myself and the entire company of La Theatre De Phénix are very proud to present the trial segment of Recipe for Turnabout. Enjoy. January 7th, 9:48 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Oh, I see. I guess I shouldn't have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? The one with the beanie, he was there. He was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
With your winning smile and
my shapely figure.
it's the sound of that trench coat anywhere.
Maggie?
Ack! Detective Gumshoe!
It's like a 3 out of 10 ack at best. It's not as good as yours, sir.
Are you doing all right? How are you feeling?
As if you need to ask either question, sir.
Don't let him get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Eat well or just eat? Roger that.
And you!
Yeah, was that me?
Yeah,
Sorry.
you!
Just tying my shoes.
I pointed at you, but just out of frame. Like this. Just like I'm pointing at you now. It's below frame here.
I see.
You better square this away, pal. Got it? Maggie's innocent, you hear?
I see you making a square out of your index
Yeah,
fingers.
I'm doing it just below the frame here. Yeah, if you screw this up like I'm screwing up this little piece of paper out of frame, then I'll be doing some squaring away myself, making a square again. Squaring
Your elbows
away!
are very low down.
Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest!
That's openly intimidating a member of the legal profession.
Listen here, character, I've forgotten your name. What's your name? I've forgotten your name.
You
You're
called
that
me
unimportant to
Jeremiah.
Jeremiah, that was my first guess. I've forgotten you already.
I think he's serious.
Darn.
Hey, detective! You're on our side for once, right?
Yep.
So you'll be able to help Maggie out, right?
Really? Can you, sir?
Flashing that winning smile.
My shapely figure, too?
Of course. I've got the situation under control.
What are you doing under the frame now? Get your hands out of your pockets.
I'm controlling something. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today.
Not looking like that, you're not.
If something I say doesn't mesh with the facts, make sure you point it out, all right? I'm pointing again.
I see. Right, cool, sure.
Okay, we're forming a united front today, pal. You get me?
Right, yo.
I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I'm so angry about it. But you know what? I know I can count on you.
Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh?
Oh, Jesus, I can only wish. Hopefully before 9:30, but maybe not.
January 7th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number. It's 2 + 2. It's courtroom number 4.
Oh, yes! That's my favourite one. That's got my favourite seat and everything.
Gavel, the court is now in session for the trial of Majay Beard.
The defence is ready, Your Honour.
And so's Geoffrey Chaucer, apparently.
Better.
Just like my feelings towards you. Mr. Wright.
That's me. Yes, Your Honour?
Ah!
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was, you was talking to me? It was a little, intimidating.
I can be intimidating today if you want, but no, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
What did you call the phony Phoenix again, Maya?
Phoenix?
I think Zinniop.
Zinnia? Sounds right.
I prefer Phoenix, to be honest.
No, I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us, is he?
Our trusty.
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
Mr. Trott, whether you're fake or the real deal, we will find out soon enough through this trial today.
I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright. I've got a name badge and everything.
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not. Got him.
Oh.
Crap, he has got me there.
That's what I intend to find out.
Great one.
Thank you, number 23.
There's no denying it. Behind that mask is a man who really orangely hates me for some reason or another.
It's probably because he's met you and knows you.
That's probably it, Gary.
Gavel, as everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once.
appeals. That's how they work.
No, shush. Therefore, I won't start for I won't stand, sorry. I will be sitting for the entire case, and I will not allow irrelevant testimony during this retrial.
Didn't we just deal with double jeopardy last case?
Yeah, I know, Gary, but
Never
it's
heard of it.
fun.
No, never heard of it. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of evidence presented in the last trial. So throw all of that out. I can tell you that for free.
All right, well, I'm not planning on repeating anything that phony me said. Trust me.
Now then, Mr. Godot, please summon your first witness.
Summon the first witness!
Summon the first witness.
Summon the first witness.
Summon the first witness.
Summon the first witness.
Summon the first witness!
He's in the toilet!
All right, we'll wait.
Toilet!
He's in the toilet.
He's in the toilet.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
ASL.
Witness, state your name for the court.
Sorry, sir. My name's Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe.
Oh, for God's sake.
Oh, Christ.
Other way around, detective.
Huh? Oh, sorry.
He really is a fucking moron, isn't he?
He's a himbo. We have to have one.
Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, so...
Again, he shouldn't have been put on this case because he's personally involved.
Listen, Jeremiah, I will bust you down to traffic cop.
Yes.
Don't look at-
Since yesterday.
Yeah. The guy who was on the initial investigation's tied up with another case now.
I hope Gumshoe's really got everything under control. For everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yeah, outline it for the court!
I'm walking it.
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elge. He was a professional programmer.
And Secret Saiyan, by the looks of things.
He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Incorporated, a local company.
A local company?
For local people. This is the victim's autopsy report.
The court accepts this into evidence as long as it wasn't used yesterday.
Probably should have been.
And here's the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here.
Right now?
Right now. No, it was yesterday. And then the poison coffee was brought over. I'm just moving this little red counter here. It was brought over to him. You see, I moved it by the waitress. She's the little red counter.
The waitress being the orange accused.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after he took a sip of the coffee. At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant. Mr. Gene Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
It still seems to be a very straightforward case. Oh, yes, well, we'll add those to the court record. Thank you.
Come on, detective, take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffee shut with your own 2 hands.
You've become more violent. You know that.
Through this metaphor, he seals the fate of his legal opponent I am but a bitter draught of Java, and I see the futility of life itself.
Droopy, can you?
This is
throw
coffee
Werner-
687. It's a German blend.
Throw Werner Herzog out, please. We don't need his negativity.
No, I need him. He's my rock.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
And an endless trudge through deception unfolds.
Yeah, it's like this. And thank you for pronouncing my name correctly. Nobody ever does. Now, when the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy Glenn Elg was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. And what we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And it looks like Miss Bird might have had, some kind of motive.
The old man meditates on what he has heard. Is he truly controlling anything?
Apparently not. Using the dark, aromatic depths of Werner Herzog to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
As I sprang from the earth, soon I shall be returned to it along with all other life.
No.
Roasted, perfectly nihilistic.
The facts of this case seem to be ironclad. Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Pay attention.
I am paying attention.
Please, Mr. Wright. No intimidation tricks this time round. Yes, is that understood?
You heard him. No tack tricks.
All right, then.
Yes.
All right.
Or tic-tacs.
I already did.
I think you meant to say that it wasn't him, but it all got jumbled together. He's so panicked.
Oh, dear, it wasn't me. I was panicked. I put my OVT
When the
down.
incident took place, the victim was all alone on his table, sir.
Hang on, hold it. Can I stop you for just a minute?
You
That's
heard him.
right.
1 minute, everyone. We got a 1 minute break. 1
Start
minute.
the timer!
1
Thank
minute.
God, I need
Wait.
another cup of coffee.
I'm really gonna miss Werner. Finish my knitting.
Oh my God, are we actually stopping for a whole minute?
Yeah, we'll stop for a minute.
I'm just enjoying some popcorn.
Never looked up on the ceiling of this courthouse. It's beautiful.
Wow.
The artwork really is stunning.
Lovely
I can't believe
mosaic.
they managed to put a Caravaggio up there.
A ladder, I suspect.
Yeah,
The molding is exquisite.
very good.
1 minute done.
I love the
Resume
ionic
play.
columns.
I was about to point out the ionic columns.
Sorry. What is it? Did I say something? I was looking at the molding. What did I do? I contradict the evidence? Oh,
Scrambling desperately for anything resembling competency, the bumbling buffoon fulfills his archetype, an endless parade of pantomime that is as inescapable as it is unamusing.
Wow, I guess the director is really confident on the runtime this evening, eh?
He's so desperate for that to be true. He's practically crying. Your testimony just now, which I very quickly wrote down here, doesn't match the testimony given by Ms. Bird. She claims that there was another orange man at the victim's table.
yeah. That's what she said.
That's what she
Objection.
said.
What killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction?
Hey!
What's wrong with you? You're looking kinda down to me.
Sadly, her testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. There are 2 testimonies tie up on that. They both said there was no other guy at the table.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not? Should I tap that paper a bit more? Fuck it, I'll press harder. Slam. Well, maybe the other witness has just missed him.
Just missed him.
Yeah, just missed him. Perhaps their view of the victim's table was obscured in some way.
This is not the slam dunk you think it is.
Like a really tall salt and pepper shaker or something like that.
That argument is weak as the coffee at Très Bien, Trite.
Yeah, not like me. I'm aggressive as hell.
Oh, God, please, no. You haunt my nightmares.
Oi!
I have here in my possession a ticket.
Good for you. A ticket? Like a
Thank you. It's a
up
very
to
nice
me.
catch on for me. Yes. A one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendants. They are on fire today.
Not your best
That was
work.
a slam dunk, that was the best one I've ever heard in this courtroom.
Absolute slam dunk of a burn.
Right next to Margaritaville, so I hear.
My third favorite restaurant chain. This is a photograph taken from near the orange entrance to the orange kitchen.
Judge, you gonna say something?
No, I refuse.
Okay, moving on.
I think the court will agree that such a clear view of the scene of the crime. Slam. How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table?
Oh my god, he's got him there.
Got him banged to rights.
Oh,
Got him there with his robot eyes.
It certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly. I'm going to add that to the court record. Surprised it wasn't used yesterday.
We understand that the guy Glenn Elg was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup.
Hold it. So, traces of the poison were found in the coffee cup and nowhere else.
Not sure I get you, pal.
Not a surprise.
Was the poison a liquid? Or was it a powder? Like Nesquik?
Do you know anything about poison, sir?
A gas!
If
a
I had to
plasma.
put it into layman's terms, I'd say that it was a powdery substance.
Thank you for putting it in layman's terms. I very much appreciate it. Slam. So, the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. I mean, like sugar, salt, pepper,
Keep going, sir.
Napkin.
Yeast,
Yep.
bicarbonate soda.
Bicarbonate soda.
Yeah, bicarbonate soda, and then bicarbonate soda,
And then by cardinal soda.
and then bicardinal.
I met Cardinal Soda once.
Do you put salt and pepper in your coffee, Trite?
Are you not supposed to?
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
He was sweet enough. I should write that down.
Yeah, write that down. Nah.
I'll try again. It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not?
You have literally nothing to lose.
What should fuck it, I'll press harder, go on. Are you absolutely certain that the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, which I've got here, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup.
You said that with the strangest, placement on accents.
Slam. But that proof is there. But what proof? rather, is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Took you 3 attempts.
Hmm.
Took you 3 attempts. There's a
So it's
maximum
better
of
on
2
the third.
syllables in any of those words.
Oh, hey, you're right. What was I thinking?
Objection. In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
For me? Thanks, I guess.
You're welcome, sweet.
Whoa, Jesus.
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. If you have time to waste, you have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Yes, that piece.
Well, I love the suspense here.
Okay. Zip.
No, put it away.
No?
Oh no! Wait! What? Wait, what was that? What? Wait, wasn't. what
Dude,
was
the
it again?
fuck?
I
Duffer.
told you to save that for private, detective. This!
Jesus! Look, should
Sorry
I be
about
grateful
that. I meant,
this
to throw
coffee?
I meant to throw that at the detective.
All right. Well,
As I
thanks for the
trickle
apology anyway.
towards the bar, slowly falling out of my ceramic container, I realized that this was inevitable and maybe preferable to the expulsion through a urethra.
God, it's existentialist burns as well.
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first-degree fucking burns?
At least I make something hurt as much as me before I go.
Oh, sorry, Zip. Now I remember. This is the victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh, yes, it's unmistakable. It's 18th century, isn't it? It's, there's clearly a coffee stain on it as well. Should clean it up. It'll be good, maybe worth £50 at auction.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this.
He just slammed down an entire cup of coffee. That was
amazing!
Really
What
fast
was that
sips.
coffee? For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the orange defendants.
Well, I'm glad that piece of evidence wasn't used yesterday either.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain orange chemical substance.
Substance.
Anta.
And what we found was potassium cyanide, a substance that really packs a punch.
He's starting to talk like a South Park character.
And it's getting worse every week. It looks like Miss Bird might have had, some kind of motive.
Hang on, hold it. Some kind of motive.
That's a really good title for a love song. I'm going to write that down.
Some kind of motive, you baby.
How's the album coming?
Some kind of motive. Yeah, but if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
Yeah, man, it's the difficult second album, you know? You're trying to build on what you've established.
Yeah.
Objection. You know he's only working on an EP. And you know what my golden rule is, detective?
Treat a 6 like a 10 and she'll be grateful.
What the fuck, Gary?
He was right about that one. Chuck out a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
I don't get it. That seems to have a real unsustainable quality to it.
I'm saying, we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out.
Oh, just give me the word. I'm going to tase the shit out of him.
Droopy, you know that your whole deal is why I'm so mean to Jeremiah. It rolls downhill. It rolls downhill.
Well done for continuing the cycle, you toxic
Oh,
piece of
God,
shit.
I'm a monster. Jeremiah, I'm so sorry.
So stick to the facts, detective. Now then, What was Miss Bird's motive?
Gumshoe, please, for the love
Come
of
on,
Christ.
Gumshoe.
Oh, I swear on his shoes.
She was, they said she wanted to steal an orange lottery ticket.
She was stealing.
I knew it. That's what we heard yesterday, too.
And Phoenix knew it.
It disappeared from the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
Oh my God, $500,000. That's
Man,
almost
that's
a
$500,000.
million.
That's
just
500,000.
You could
Mr.
afford a
Arms-
one-bedroom with that.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? Well, but he stole a wrong orange one.
Then, is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? What should I do? Should I press on this point a little harder or not?
Stop being
I'll leave it to
indecisive.
the little bit.
Push it.
In my head. Fuck it. Slam. Hang on. Wait another minute.
You heard it?
Everyone, another minute.
We're waiting
Another
another
minute.
minute. You heard him.
1 minute.
Waiting another minute.
Amazing. I really need to take a shit after the
I'm gonna
last
go and get
coffee.
another refill on.
Genuinely gonna go grab a beer. See ya.
Yep,
Yeah.
it's happening.
You heard him.
Have I got time to get some more popcorn?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone, we're waiting a minute.
1 minute.
All right,
Just
then.
have a little stretch. Oh, yeah.
And a bend.
What rhymes with motive?
Explosive? Is that a thing?
I'm not sure.
Loaded?
Lotus sieves. Sieves. Lots of sieves. Like a whole bunch of sieves.
Laxatives.
There you are.
That's a half rhyme at best.
Or a lack of sieves.
Emotive. Emotive.
You really think if you sing something about a lack of sieves, anyone's gonna think you don't say laxatives?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You got an acorn waiting to happen.
1 minute. Resume play.
Oh, definitely.
Ah, wonderful.
How the shit do I open this beer?
Right, thanks for that, everyone. The mere fact that the lottery ticket disappeared in no way implicates my client.
You had a whole minute to build up to that sentence and you still fudged it.
I have here in my hand the very ticket in question.
And I have here in my hand I'm sorry, this is the wrong room.
That's $500,000 lottery ticket.
And somebody needs to get the ferret out of the judge's trousers.
One of the female police officers found it when she was conducting an orange search.
Could have just said police officer.
Yeah, I don't know. I like to
Could've just
gender.
said
I wanted to make
police
Just
sure.
thinking that.
Look,
Yeah,
it
could've
wasn't
said
a male
police
officer who was. It was a cavity. I mean, of the defendant.
Oh, that's why you clarified. All right, fair enough.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
okay. Oh my God, bang to rights.
What?
Bang the gavel, more like
That
order.
Maggie Bird, I
Bang
never
door.
trusted her with her winning
Order.
smile and her shapely figure.
Order.
Why we had to get a female police officer to do
She's
it.
quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
I see what you did there.
What's the
It's very-
female police officer, Officer Sappho? You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
Can I meet her?
Yes, she's just outside.
I better keep an eye on that ticket. The way the judge's voice is quivering.
Oh yeah, you can't miss her, Maya. She's 6'2".
It might have something to do with the ferret, the quivering.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial too. I specifically said. But it feels heavier now somehow. $500,000, you say? Could buy my ticket back to
It's
black.
just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
I bet he wants to say it was found on Maggie's person. I bet it.
Yeah, probably.
I'd bet $500,000 on that.
Probably because it was found on Maggie's person.
Right, Gavel, that's enough. Done with this nonsense. The facts of this case seem to be overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime, although we've not looked into how she got potassium cyanide.
I like an old man who knows the score.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive.
Rhymes with emotive.
Yeah.
Yes,
Can I get you a rhyming dictionary for your birthday?
Oh, I would love that, to be honest.
I hear you have candles at home, Gary. I was going to get you a votive. I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules. You know, bend the rules.
Bend
That's
the rules
what we call
as a
murder.
judge. Judge, what is the nature of
What?
temptation? How would you explain it?
What is the nature of temptation?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah. How would you explain
the
it?
thing about temptation,
Yeah.
the thing about temptation is that it is a very human emotion that is felt across all colors and creeds and persons across the planet. Some might even be tempted to become a universalist because of it.
Sorry, I've just remembered we don't have time for this.
Say I had a whiskey.
Say you did.
I don't mind an old man who's weak to the siren call of money.
Why, have you got some?
You want to go to the Olive Garden with me?
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie is starting to pile up fast. I assume that's it.
Oh, yeah. That's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
Yeah, so why are we doing this again? I don't...
Bit of a laugh, isn't it?
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance.
That's right, get me down, yeah.
Oh, no.
That's right, get that coffee down, yeah. I'm ready,
I've already shat once today. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
Oh, I'm gonna run rampant on your guts, son.
Oh, the GI tract. My doctor told me not to.
He's got more evidence against Maggie.
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow. That's not the cleanest apron I've seen. Fucking needs to get our shit together.
That stain looks like it can't be orange blood, can it?
I'm so glad you said blood.
Once you've washed it 2 times in the tub.
It seems the star of our play was a little flustered.
Nobody's the star. That's why everyone's doing profit share.
And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? But hang on, that's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye.
Was it blood?
It was the nice
course.
thrills around
Blood?
it.
Blood.
Of course. The coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron.
Blood. And bits of sick.
No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Something dark? A dark place, I presume you mean.
Of course. I'm referring to the pocket.
Easy.
That worked out well.
The pocket?
Yeah. What do you think it would sound like, Phoenix?
Steady.
Hello? Oh, in my pocket, something like that. It sounded very charismatic.
A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket.
Bollocks. A bottle of poison in Maggie's pocket?
What would it sound like now?
Uncle Poison me! What would it sound like?
Yeah, and Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?
My God. Murder.
Gavel,
motive,
gavel,
conspiracy.
gavel.
What am I cited?
Prince was in.
Order! The court will
What
accept
Prince was
these items
that?
into evidence, but once again, I will question why these weren't presented yesterday. There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court?
Blood stain? What orange blood stain would that be?
The blood
Oh, I
stains
get it.
you're going to
Because
have
of
in
your
about
visor.
45 minutes, mate.
All of the reds kind of blend together at a certain thing. I can't see anything.
It's
Are
the
you
visor.
colorblind?
I understand.
It's supposed to fix it, but I think it just makes it worse.
Right, well, stop playing games. I've told you there's a blood stain smeared all over the front of the apron.
That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain.
I think
It's
the fact
right
his visor is
fucking
red is
there,
about to
man.
be a plot point.
You don't need to be told. Just look at it.
Wow, ableism? Really? Unsurprising from you, Phoenix.
Well, detective, could this stain really be blood?
What? No way, sir. What is that coffee doing to you? That's orange ketchup, sir.
Ketchup?
Yeah, it's a condiment, sir.
Ketchup?
She must have gotten some on her apron while she was taking somebody breakfast on that day.
What did they have? A plate of ketchup?
You could have spoken up about this sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
Pull a stunt like that again, and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness.
No, not everything is like coffee.
Whoa.
This guy.
You're right. I thought everybody knew what it was already.
He's slowly turning into
Right,
Snagglepuss.
Gavel, I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last verdict I ruled in this case. The orange opportunity, the supporting orange evidence, it's all a nice color match. And they have all been clearly established.
Well, Trat, it seems you really are a phony after all.
Ah, you really know how to drive a man nuts. No one
Arr.
calls me phony.
Arr, he's driving his nuts.
I love that joke.
It's
the
a great
pirate
joke.
with the wheel in his
Yeah,
hand.
the pirate with the wheel. Yeah.
Oh, so
That's a
good.
good one.
Are we done?
Sorry.
Right. Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the crime scene and the findings of your investigation there.
Like I did that already.
No.
Do it again. The crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Poor Maggie had passed out from shock. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him.
That's such an interesting.
Finally, I understand what you're saying.
That's such an interesting death pose. It's almost like he watched a videotape that had footage of a well in it.
We figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly. I'm talking in your parlance here, Judge. I'm hoping that it helps.
Yeah, no, I thank you very much.
That's all right. You pronounced my name correctly. It's the least I could do. When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison.
Poisson,
That's
there were
it.
fish there.
That's it. It was in the ketchup. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite.
Uh-oh.
Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin.
crime was reported at 2:25. Pum, kind of scary. But Maggie was passed out from the shock. She must have been a real tougher. The victim didn't get any identification on him, but we figured out that a hole was pretty quick, and the investigation ran smoothly.
Hold it. Slam. Wait a sec.
You hold him. We're waiting for 1 second.
1
1
second.
second.
1 second.
1 second.
Big stretch.
And we're
Second.
done. Good.
All right.
Ah, fantastic.
Did I say something dumb again?
Of course you did.
Oh.
Let me paraphrase what you just testified to this court.
Do the voice.
All right, I'll try. The victim didn't have any form of orange ID on him. That's basically what you said, yes?
Why do you
basically.
sound like Buffalo Bill?
What was
my
that?
last
I mean, I know
remember
it's
that?
getting worse, but jeez Louise.
Wasn't she a great big fat person, pal?
Not worse, but not better.
I mean, basically.
Slam. In that case, how were you able to identify the victim so bloody quickly?
That.
He's so let down. He's got the whole sagging shoulders and puppy eyes thing going. And it's working.
There was an orange prescription bag on the victim's table, along with the lottery ticket.
It seems Mr. Glenn Elg visited his doctor before he went to Trey Bien.
Sir, we might have to go to a hospital again, and I really don't want to.
Oh no, please, 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 please.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doc who prescribed the meds.
That's a reliable enough source for the court.
Yep, just straight out of hand. All right, yeah, okay.
GDPR, nothing?
What should I do? Should I leave this alone or ask to hear more? I'll leave it to the voice in my head. I'm going to ask more. So, what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag found was empty.
Ooh. Ah.
Yeah. Completely empty.
That was a roller coaster of emotions you went through, sir.
Thank you. It was completely empty.
Completely empty.
Normally bags have things in
That's
them.
true.
Yeah, this one didn't have anything in.
So it was an empty bag.
It's a bag
from-
with
I know.
nothing in it.
Bag that
Apart
didn't
from
have
oxygen,
anything in it?
hydrogen, nitrogen.
Useless.
An empty budget.
You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence? Desperate, are you, Trey?
Guys, we can't let him know we're really desperate. No!
Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective?
When Maggie was searched, we found the lottery ticket and the bottle of poison. And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
Hang on, hold it. So, the $500,000 lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for. But, wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day? It says so right here.
Oh, yeah. The one the restaurant owner took. He won a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
You're jealous, aren't you?
Yeah.
They're just gonna let him get away with it.
It was just $1, Detective.
I guess no one cares when it's that little. Unless it's Gumshoe.
That's what she said. High five me, Maya.
High five! Do we need to Foley a high five?
No.
If I don't find a
There we
hole
go.
in this testimony, the judge is going to hand down his verdict. Normally that would be in blue, but it was in white for some reason.
Gumshoe isn't giving us anything to work with. And we can't find any contradictions if he doesn't give us something.
Yeah, now that's true. But Maggie and Gumshoe are like Dumb and Dumber.
Wow.
You're saying this out loud, bud.
Oh crap, I am. But our only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Jesus.
Come on, Gumshoe! Be the dumbest you've ever been!
I believe in you!
A crime was reported at 225. Poor Maggie, the victim didn't, but we tried, and Maggie was searched, and that was it. There was nothing else missing at the crime scene.
You sure about that?
Just gonna have a look through
I
here.
don't know,
And
maybe I'm too dumb.
guys, I'm getting the empty bag out. Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you.
Duh.
There is just one small contradiction in your testimony. Just one.
You're dumb
little
as
small
fuck!
one.
Sorry, sir, I jumped in.
It's all right. It's all right.
Sorry, it's not my place.
Oh, ho, ho, ho. Finally. Tell me how dumb I am. I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
Go on, tell him how dumb he is.
Don't you need a charge for that? Like,
Right, you testified that. I'll give it another go. You testified that. No. That's, I think that's, no. It's like back of the throat. Nothing else was missing from the crime scene.
Who said that?
However, nailed it. The prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No. They didn't.
Slam. The victim was given a prescription right before going to Trebian. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to? Did the medicine
Did the medicine disappear to?
disappear to?
You are too cool.
That's a weird compliment, but then again, he is very
Come
dumb.
on.
you reckon it was Adderall?
Apparently, I agree with this sentiment. Due consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial.
No, I think he's doing it on purpose.
Doing what in purpose? Witness, why do you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence?
Well, it has been established that he is dumb if the stenographer wants to read that back. That's right.
No,
Right.
don't do it.
Maggie and Gumshoe are
Mildred.
like Dumb and Dumber. Our only hope is that he is so
Mildred.
dumb
We're running
he
today, like,
forgot
on purpose.
something.
Do we?
Faye, come
Mildred.
on, Gumshoe, be the
Going through the whole
dumbest you've
script
ever
again.
been.
The overrunning? Really?
I mean, I guess that's the most careless thing I've done so far, huh? Let me just write it down in my careless things notebook.
The victim was killed by orange poison. And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared. The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself.
Oh my god, who would prescribe poison? What is this?
Right,
the 60s?
Gavel, no, Gavel.
What is this?
Order! Order! Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that? And spare us the metaphors, please.
That's all.
What? No metaphors?
Actually, listen to me.
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
Oh, Christ, I hate reading, but what's the clinic's name got to do with anything? Right, let's have a read.
Go on, say that word.
Put my glasses on.
Say that word. I dare you.
New ear otolaryngological clinic. Otolaryngological.
3 times fast.
Otolaryngological.
No.
There, nailed it. Done it.
Otolaryngological?
That's the one.
Laryngological. I
Larynge.
believe. Yeah,
Laryngological.
Autolaryngeological.
There we are. Now, what kind of illness is that all about? For God's sake, Goddo.
We just told you it's otolaryngological.
He's got an autolaryngeological business.
An otolaryngological illness, Your Honor, is hardly an illness. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
Okay, he's coming back with the metaphors. I understand. Go on, a war wound.
Sorry,
Explain.
that's a simile?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elg found himself in a fight.
Found himself.
He took a blow to the side of the head, and Orange ruptured his eardrum.
He ruptured his eardrum.
What on earth was the orange prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
Oh my God, he's got him
You're-
there. I don't eat
What?
cream.
Right to his ear.
I can't believe
It's
someone can
mentioned in the
rupture an
autopsy
eardrum.
report, if you read the fine print.
Crap, I didn't
They
read
found
that.
traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Yes. Oh, yeah, here it is. Very, very fine print. Where are my glasses?
Shit, Gary, I should have read that.
Yeah, you probably should have read it.
It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication when he was at Trey's BM.
You fucking idiot, Phoenix. That was your job, you
Jesus.
fucking moron. You cretin. You're a fuckhead. That's
What a
you are.
nightmare.
A total shithead.
Okay, Gary.
You're right,
Wanna
Gary.
get paid
Gary,
this
calm down.
month.
Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
Forbidden candy.
Ugh.
It seems that this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No!
Yes.
Great objection.
Nick,
Maya?
if you don't think of something quick, it'll all be over.
Oh, God, I can't think of anything quick. But she's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do?
Any old weak objection. Come on.
Fuck it. Any old weak objection it is. Only moments ago, I made the following statement.
Do the voice.
Right, Mr. Goddo. It seems Mr. Elge correctly orangely applied some of his medication while he was at Trebian.
That's pretty good.
Whoa, not bad.
That's the case. Then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
What, the bottle that you get it in? The case?
How is it topical? What doesn't change? Well, that doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the scene of the crime.
Oh,
I couldn't
sometimes
see
it's
it
like
bloody
English
anywhere.
is your third language.
I went there about 4 times, but however insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
That's right.
That's what
Is
Gary
it?
told me in the corridor just before the trial.
That's true.
Gary, no, it's not. That's not the
The
job.
battle's over, Goddo. He has the moral high ground.
Objection. You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant.
We underestimated his power.
It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
Democracy.
Objection. Slam. It hardly seems likely that the coffee the waitress served could contain it.
The Republic!
But it bloody well did, and the possibility is undeniable.
He will do what he must.
I must
From
what
my
I
point
do.
of view, the Jedi are evil. Good.
Gavel, that's enough. Only a Sith deals in absolutes. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot?
He's smoking.
I got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. Is that how this works? Can I do that? It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
It's a Kodo, the pigeon hater.
Apparently I'm going to allow this. Very well.
And Victor Kudo will take the stand after our intermission. You will also see a trailer for something I do called the Cardboard News Network. We will see you after a quick intermission. Do order your interval drinks quickly, though. we do have a strict latecomers will not be admitted policy. And they do have tasers. So a quick intermission, let's say a soft 5, hard 10, and we'll see you shortly. Welcome back to Theatre De Phénix. We will be resuming the second half shortly, but before then, a quick trailer for my other stream, the Cardboard News Network. Enjoy. I am not that easily scared. Jesus!
Hi.
When do you feel most afraid, I'd say, to the babies?
You try finding a gas station in the middle of space. There's a protest.
Oh, yeah, there's Free the Pig, there's Cancel Martin again.
Who am I but a dolphin?
What services were dinosaurs providing?
Youth centres. Is that me saying that?
No, I'm behind you. No, not physically. Oh, just go on.
This little dance that you do when you say roll the VT.
That's me signaling to the crew to roll the VT. That's not a dance. Stop doing it.
The sociable.
Stop it, both of you.
Say roll the VT and do 2 hands, Jazz.
I'm not going to say roll the VT. Wait, what the hell? All of that was a video game being played by the pig.
TV's good, isn't it?
Yes, that will be next week in place of Theatre De Phénix. So please do tune in. You can get an online streaming ticket for free. And it's going to be a real laugh, I think, anyway. But now, people probably want to know what's going on with this trial. I can't contextualize the whole thing for you, but we can see what happens today. So let us return now to Theatre De Phénix, Recipe for Turnabout. Enjoy.
Very well, if we must return. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more than trivial. At best, a trivial pursuit. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial, and by golly, do I love new content. And that is something that bothers me, apparently.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
That sounds sarcastic. It feels like a read.
You'll know what I'm reading.
We've just come back from the break, and the court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear the prosecution's next witness.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Whoa.
Court is adjourned for recess. Gavel.
January 7th, 11:03 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1.
Phew. That was close.
Tell me about it.
Stud.
Whoa.
He died, didn't he? I was choking on some paella I had, but I didn't tell anyone.
How dare you? That's my line, sir.
No, it's
So
my
sorry,
line.
Maggie.
I think I really did die a little bit.
Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe. How could he betray us like that?
Huh?
He said he'd help me. But he totally set me up. I'm so mad.
I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner.
Yeah. And he's a fucking idiot.
I mean, you know, the guy's got to do the job, right?
It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life.
Oh, really? Can you list like 2 times where that's happened?
I sure can. I was betrayed when I was dropped by my mother from a car onto the floor.
From a
She
car
betrayed
onto
me.
the floor.
That's right. She had the door open and she just let go and I fell. That's one of the times. Another time was when I was out.
Yeah.
The floor, that's right. Do you not know
Do
how
you
high
mean the road?
SUVs are?
Or was this car indoors?
It wasn't indoors, it was outside. I was dropped onto the actual floor.
Okay.
Was it moving at the time as well?
It was.
You know what? That's so intense. I don't think I need another example. It's
There are so many more, but I don't want to divulge at this time. It really hurt, just like being dropped out of a car. It felt like somebody had punched me in the stomach. I hate that guy. I never want to see him again.
Poor Gumshoe.
So, the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right?
Yeah, I'm so sorry, mate, about that. Yeah, Mr. Kudo, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. Jesus Christ.
I bet he's gonna be really stubborn. I mean, he's not only is he pretty creepy, he's pretty set in his ways, you know?
Yeah, he's a big old grouch. You
Yeah,
gonna be able
grouch
to
is the
handle
word
him,
I
Nick?
use.
Yeah, well, I could take whatever he throws at me, I think.
Sure?
Even those never-ending bird seeds, I'm not sure. That's the only thing I'm not sure of.
January 7th, 11:15 a.m., District Court. Courtroom number 4, baby! Make some noise!
What's
Woo!
Noise.
good to be back?
Noise.
We're back at courtroom
Burn
4.
terra firma.
Court will now reconvene for the trial of Maggie Birde. Mr. Godot, your next witness, please.
The prosecution calls the lucky old-timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Will the witness please take the stand? Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
This courtroom seems kind of familiar. I think I've been here before. The name's Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. I mean, all lands of rising. You know what I mean. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
We don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
Oh, that's rich, because considering you narrate your every thought.
My occupation? Oh no, they're onto me. Well, listen, young'un, how much call do you think there is for a kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey! Well, maybe, or maybe not. He could embroider my costume sometime. I don't want needles near me with him.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing around here. Is there? Is there? No? No? Okay. So I had to take a job working as a cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
How does one pretend to smile?
Well,
You can smile in a fake way. You can do a fake smile. But pretending to smile is a totally different thing.
I smile with my eyes, not my lips.
Oh, smizing. Ah, fair enough.
Ah.
That burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
What, as food? What are you implying?
Maybe.
Now then, witness. Were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh, yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javicino.
Seeds?
Beads?
Seeds.
Bees?
Bees?
What do you think these are? They're part of the brand.
I see. And they're not bees.
So you saw everything that happened, Gramps?
Did I? Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I did. I saw it all.
Then please, tell the court. We're all ears.
And visors.
Sure. I'll tell you. Every last detail. All right, here they come.
He's really getting into this. He can zip up his sleeves.
The young man was reading the sports paper, I recall. The serving girl brought him the Javicino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip, looked like he was in terrible pain, then collapsed. That's when the servant girl right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Mr. Gudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
Yeah, good work, Your Honor. We stan a woke king.
A what? I am very much a sleeping king.
Okay, you're just as bad as the rest of them. These newfangled words. What's wrong with the old-fashioned ones,
Structures of power revealed in language.
Sir.
Yes, semiotics you should look up.
This guy is one more outburst away from getting hired by GB News.
I've got some opinions I like to...
Also, you're the first person to call me newfangled, sir.
All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me?
Listen to me, everyone. Finally, my time to shine.
I'm a white man and my
Put
voice
all
was
your
heard.
attention. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
All right, Britain first.
Why have all the dogs started barking outside?
I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
Did you hear that? He silenced his values.
I'm very cross. Yes, Your Honor.
I think Wheel should secede.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip, looked like he was in terrible pain and collapsed. The serving girl was right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
Hold it. You said, I remember her well, in reference to the waitress.
Oh my god, he sounded like Anthony Hopkins there.
I try. Slam, did she have any particular features that you can identify her by?
No. Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is.
Sorry?
Oh.
You don't have to say it.
Here we go.
You know, she's practically naked in that uniform.
Bud?
Objection. So the particular feature you recognise about the waitress is her outfit. But anyone could wear just such a uniform, even me.
So do it.
I'm gonna just...
I will. I'm putting it on.
Mr. Wright, please spare the court any further mental anguish from that image.
Oh, fuck you!
No! Fuck you, sir!
Okay, no, fuck all y'all. Don't get all excited, Nick. You gotta keep yourself together.
You've got to get your head in the game.
I'll put my basketball down. Look, I guess I got a bit carried away.
I know your head's in the game, but your heart's gotta be in the song, Nick.
God, there are other things I recognize about her too.
You don't have to listen.
He seems pretty sure of himself. What should I do?
Don't. Oh, for God's sake.
Maybe I'll press harder. Sure, you saw a waitress take the coffee over to the victim. Slam. But what matters is whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Quite right. Mr. Gudo, don't you turn your back on me, sir. These are the features that you recognize about the defendant.
God damn your eyes.
God damn your eyes, sir. I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. All right, let's see what we got here. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
Hold it. You do seem to remember several details about her appearance. But what about the most crucial detail of all? Her face.
Yeah, as if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection. The witness noticed the straps on the accused apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right, I can tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight.
There's something wrong with his nose.
No doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I get the feeling there's something more to this somehow. The identifying features you described are all things you would see from the orange back.
So what? Everyone's got a back.
That's not where the face is.
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection. He's got you there, Gramps.
How's that an objection?
He objected to agree.
I just wanted to participate.
Yes, Goddo. People normally talk about facial features when they're asked to describe someone. Slam. But this witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons. Straps and ribbons, I tell you.
This is harassment. I should know. I'll tell you, I'm not obsessed with straps or ribbons.
Fencing.
I'm just telling you what I saw.
This is harassment.
Gavel!
This is a real Karen we're dealing with.
Mr. Kudo, sir, this court requests that you add any details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is. To your testimony. That was a very long parenthesis, so I just thought I'd pause.
Features you observe from the front. We are walking into a minefield here.
Sure.
This old man's testimony is getting longer and longer.
I hope not too long.
If I can't find a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
Phrasing!
This is evocative
Phrasing
of
for
something, but I don't
everybody.
know what.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front.
Objection. Mr. Kudo, I would like to please take a look at this, and I want you to have a look too.
Yeah, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Put it on. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just
Easy.
after he's done eating.
Have you ever seen this before?
I've definitely seen this guy before. I think in a Werther's original advert.
Of course I haven't. Do you think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Well, you half-witted clot.
Oh, Seeds, Duckmeyer!
Ow!
I'm so glad I brought my Glockenspiel in.
What is it?
It's a Glockenspiel. I brought it in especially.
Cheers, Gary.
Ever since I said you'd half-witted clot, there's been an eerie silence in here. Oh no.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the orange defendant on the day of the poisoning.
Whoa!
Nod. And, as you just said so yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means, if you had really seen this apron before... Slam, yes, you know what I'm getting at. You couldn't have possibly seen the waitress from the orange front.
Oh, got him, sir!
Thank you very much, Gary.
Oopsie me.
Oh my god, this guy's as ignorant as he is.
Right, Gavel! Witness! God damn your eyes, sir! You can't just oops your way out of this!
Oop, there it is!
An oop
Well,
and an
well.
oops are different.
Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands.
Genuine? He's here?
Bob. Bob. I'm just
Listen,
a
Twat.
bachelor.
Here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one orange waitress at the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Mr. Maggie Birthday.
Mister?
Miss, well, look, I don't see gender.
Exactly.
We stan a woke king.
And when that one waitress put the poison into the coffee cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand gravity, Mr. Kudo.
What's that? I don't like these new words.
Yeah, like I sort of understood it, but like some of the imagery was very heavy-handed. Like Sandra Bullock floating around, and there was that cable. It was obviously a metaphor for the womb.
I'll have to say, I'll never understand the special effects. But the fate of the defendant may rest on what you remember seeing. So I just wanted to know if you saw gravity.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
I'm not really a Sandra Bullock fan, but you can rely on me. My noggin's in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what burger a customer wanted.
Can't remember. More like he messed up so many times he's blocking it out.
Solid. High five.
Gavel. Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo. Tell us what you remember about the victim.
He was another of those pesky young types wearing a broken pair of spectacles, I recall. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Then the serving girl in question brought over the Javachino. Little fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we have just heard was to test how credible this witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail, so that's that done.
Yes, I know. I hate you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
I think I just saw somebody buffering in real life, sir.
Yeah, how are we gonna handle this, Nick?
Well,
With the lag
maybe
and the
like
latency?
close him and reopen him again.
Yeah.
We only need to do one thing.
Oh no,
Just
it's
the one.
spreading.
We just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot.
Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel?
Fuck it. I suppose, but it's what I do best.
Legit.
Here's another of those pesky young types wearing broken thing. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling his pages. The young man was listening to the wireless, I remember that well. Then the serving girl brought in question over the Javachino. The little fidget picked it up with his free hand and took a sip.
Give him a present. What have I got here? Objection! Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? Because I don't. Hang on, I've got it written down here. That this was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
What about your memory?
Good point, Gary, but we'll think about that later.
I know. There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you. Nothing. If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
How does the pigeon song go?
Oh, fly me up high to the sky, throw the seeds in my face every night. Every night the pigeon man comes and gives me seeds. Every night he comes and then he leaves.
Okay, good. I don't need the second stanza.
It's a great song.
Care to tell us where this is going, Trot?
You heard him every night.
Right, down here, according to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand. Unlike me, I'm holding it in the left. While drinking coffee with his free hand, which would have made it his orange left. I think I've made that very clear.
Okay, what is this, kindergarten?
but I would like the court to please take a look at this. I'm going to be very careful. Pass that round, everyone.
Ah, yes, that's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, correct. And on the rim, you'll notice the mark left by the orange victim's lips.
So I do. There is a stain left by the Java and by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right orange hand.
How?
Well, Mr. Kudo, maybe if you had the hiccups and you were drinking it from the other side, but I doubt that. The court is waiting for your epic performance. Slam, you said you'd eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Do it!
Again.
Sing the pigeon song!
Every night the pigeon man comes in my dreams. He haunts my sleeping hours. He never leaves. He never leaves. Leave me alone, pigeon man. The seeds are too much. They're all in my face. They take up my space.
Oh my God! What a terrifying song!
Right, no,
Top 40.
no, I'm afraid that was simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park. What?
The park?
The park! We gotta go to the park, have some coffee!
The
I'm
quad-
walking there.
If you think I'm going to stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong.
Why are you getting mad though?
I don't care about that dirty coffee. I know what I
You
saw.
mad, bro?
Oh, yes.
You still insist on your testimony.
That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand. Oh, yes, no question. I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. And no one can prove otherwise. And I'm not on trial here. It's that dead young hut-butt and you, spiky-haired yahoo, who are at fault.
Yahoo!
Me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Very
Let's have
cussing,
a
Your Honor.
name.
Don't call me old man, old man.
Hey! He's not your old man, buddy!
I'm not your buddy, young person.
I'm not your young person, guy!
Hey, guy. Get lost. I've been around 68 years. I have. You can't ignore me. I'm very loud. Listen to what I've got to say on GB News.
I feel this is the personification of Lawrence Fox.
Gavel, I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but
Oh, why not hear a little more?
because I was just about to dismiss him. Mr. Godot.
But this is my 16th cup of coffee.
Yes, you're all got down and gonna have a great time.
So this is your final stand
This
before
is
I'm
your
going
final
to
cup
need
of
to leave.
coffee, mate.
No. Mm.
Well, drink me down, get your caffeine.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Seeds everywhere.
The boy was wearing an earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with all that time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
We know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
But, Your Honor, what does it say about his power level?
Something, it's approaching 900,000. I don't know.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a Super Saiyan power tracker, otherwise known as a small computer often used by programmers.
Sorry, what?
A power tracker? You mean like from Dragon Ball Z?
Exactly as such. The inside of the lens is a screen that displays the power level of whoever it's facing. It's called an HMD. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HTTV, DVD, CD, these are all newfangled letters. Drive me mad, but they don't matter. I prefer the old. I prefer the Grecian alphabet.
The Grecian. Name 3 letters in the Grecian alphabet.
No, that's too few. He'll get that.
Yeah.
I mean, alpha, beta, gamma.
Ah, god damn it.
Exactly.
I should have said it higher.
6.
Epsilon, lambda, zeta.
Yeah. Pi, omega.
Yeah, I did engineering.
Fair play.
I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
Is there a lot of engineering in kimono embroidery?
Oh, you wouldn't believe the intricacy.
It's true, there is a lot, and he doesn't seem to be lying.
And those are the facts, in good old black and white.
Easy.
I got kind of lost. What are the facts?
Oh, it was the same hand he used to fiddle with the computer thing that picked up the cup.
I see.
Right, what am I going to give him? I'm going to give him this. Objection! I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but...
Not a great opening! Not a great opening, sir!
Wrong, sir!
It's all right, it's all right. First of all, my favourite colour's blue. That's what I wanted to say. And also, Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
Well, my favourite colour's blue, and you say he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear, without a doubt.
Droopy.
I'm ready, sir.
I could only see the side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
Oh, you speak up, sir. It's hard to hear.
I don't think so. You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo. But the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh? Oh.
His eardrum was ruptured and traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. Slam. That's right. It's impossible that the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear because he couldn't even hear from that bloody ear. You hear?
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon! Pigeon! Pretty pigeon!
Oh my god, he's actually gone mad.
Is that another Greek letter?
Oh my god.
Bloody hell is happening?
Bravo!
Happy Pi Day. It's on the 14th.
Ah!
This witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the waitress from behind. And he claims that the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know that his eardrum was ruptured. Slam. Well, Mr. Goda? Goda?
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup.
Yeah, doesn't already built me.
Rightio.
No milk allowed.
This old man is my drop of milk.
Poet, aren't you?
Captain, are you calling me a drip?
Gavel. This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found.
I think the judge hates Goddo more than the prosecutor that openly whipped him in the courtroom.
Oh no, certainly I do. Certainly I do. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his orange right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right.
Again, more Lawrence Fox things, you know? Like, it's...
The lad drank his cappuccino with his left hand.
Let me put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup held in his right hand, then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
Objection. No. Impossible. Impossible, I say. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions that the victim died immediately after taking just one sip of the coffee.
Objection. Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor.
Hi there, I'm your new cup of coffee. Drink me down, mate.
Oh, this is why I don't go to 17.
Stranger's just a friend you haven't gotten to know yet.
The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee.
Poisoned coffee? I'm not poison, I'm sweet all over, mate. Drink me down.
Like this.
Here I go,
Hang on,
down the
objections. Don't drink the coffee. Sadly, Mr. Goda doesn't... What? That doesn't wash. That doesn't wash, I tell you. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory was credible. I think I got away with
love that
that.
idiomatic American English that we use.
And the
so
results
good.
are clear.
Victory is mine.
The testimony given by this witness is bloody useless.
Oh, there I go, all over the floor.
Gavel, 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 gavel. I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings.
Careful you don't slip up on me, there's quite a big puddle.
Droopy, could you see to that puddle?
I'm the bailiff, not the janitor.
We'll get the janitor then.
Oh, wow, good, janitor.
I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. However, to be frank, his testimony is a farce, sir. A farce.
That noise is off.
Did you have to be so frank?
Is that the only farce you know, sir?
Yes.
No.
What, comedy of errors, is that a farce?
Take that, you old phony.
All right.
I like arsenic and old lace. I'm
That's
sorry.
your private life, my dude.
It's a farce. A farce, I tell you. I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. You can't reach me from there.
Come closer.
Your throwing arm is also a farce. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate the case further. That is all for now. The court is adjourned.
Oh, time to watch Corrie.
Hold it.
Who's yelling now?
Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Singing the pigeon song, I believe, Mr. Kudo.
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there.
That's
I'm
me.
just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his own T's or cross his own I's now.
But your eyes are crossed.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo. There's nothing I can do about the march of time.
I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know.
What?
There's more?
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything.
So glad I brought in the glockenspiel.
But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark.
Get those seeds away from me!
Are you saying that Phoenix is a baby shark?
Daddy, my dude. Wait, no, come on.
Me?
Please.
Look, he's looking at me as if like I'm some sort of eagle shogun.
An eagle shogun?
Eagle
Oh,
Shogun.
a shogun
Eagle
that's
shogun.
also an eagle.
Yes.
A shogun that's also an eagle. That's
Whatever
a brilliant
sh-
image. I'm going to draw that.
Out of that, I tell you.
There's a children's novel series in that somewhere.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown?
Yeah, go on.
The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
What, are you going to die immediately after this trial?
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
And might I say, it was a treat for me.
What have you got to lose, Captain? Just letting me speak uninterrupted.
My bowel health?
All the coffee you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
He's only 68. Right, that's enough, witness. You're an old man at 68. I believe it'll be quicker for the court just to hear your testimony.
No, I don't know how old the judge is.
No, neither do I.
You bet, much, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready.
I get the picture. Jesus Christ, these seeds. Just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? He's got to be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds.
Well, he is wearing a bandana.
Good pull.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself,
We stopped the
despite
whole trial for
everything I
this.
just said.
First of all, I just want to stress this could be a waste of time. That's what you said.
Despite me saying the complete opposite, the young boy was slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Oh, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down,
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. Hey, you doubting me again? You're doubting a poor defenseless old man?
No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
Don't you get a feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick?
Yeah. Is he going to sing the pigeon song again?
I hope not.
Yeah. So what, probably. But maybe the pigeon one more. But that's all I can think of, those two things. And I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain. That's why that's all you can think of.
Gavel! Very well. Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
I'm not too sure of myself.
Oh no, he's doing it under his breath.
You should go and look at his Davicino. The clumsy idiot knocked over the vase and knocked it right over.
Yeah, I'll give him this. Objection! Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. I'll just pass that on to you there.
So what? What does the crime scene have to do with this?
It's a good question, but look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Grandad? That was a bit uncalled for.
I'm no granddad of yours, hopscotch. Yeah.
Ow!
Yeah.
Right,
Christ.
Gavel, no,
Stop it.
enough. No, honestly.
He started it!
No, Mr. Wright, have some decorum.
Right.
Please.
In his defense, you let the prosecution throw hot coffee.
No, I'll
yeah.
hear nothing against the
The
prosecution.
seeds have stuck
Thank
to me
you,
now.
Judge.
Coffee, whips, or anything. They can do what they want. But Wright needs to be careful. What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Oh, for God's
There we
sake.
go. Fucking hell.
Yes, go on, mate.
The broken vase. it was on my table.
What the fucking...
Ah, well, you see. It stunned me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my orange table, I mean.
The vase on your table.
Yes, it was on my table. That's how my groin came to be completely soaked.
A likely story.
Oh, dear.
Ken Burns is in the building.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
How long have you been
Thank you.
sitting on that? Be honest.
Since I learned his name.
I'd like to ask a question now.
No, not how this works.
Have I been any use at all?
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
No!
Wait a minute. If that's the case, there's more. I've got more to say.
Jesus Christ, we're so close to finishing on time.
Oh, yes. I remember something else.
Gavel, bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
It's fine. I'll only give him minor bruises. All right, you. Come with me.
But wait, listen to me. I didn't finish the pigeon song.
Apparated.
Well, I preferred the parrot to that pigeon man. We seem to have been considerably sidetracked.
Oh, really?
And I am still not in a position to deliver a verdict.
So this whole thing's been a waste of time.
The whole thing's been a waste of time. It's what they call a filler episode, Gary.
But hey, you had your glockenspiel, Gary. That was fun.
Oh, yeah, that was fun.
The defendant has not been positively identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are 2 orange disparities in the testimony we have heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup that the victim supposedly drank from his left orange hand. And the earpiece, which was inserted into his left orange ear, out of which he couldn't hear.
Oh, that was nice. That was a rhyme.
Thank you.
Wow, Nick, you did it!
I know I rhymed. I've been practicing.
I therefore require both defense and prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Oh. Would you accept just us wandering around aimlessly and then coming back tomorrow? But all right, Your Honour.
That is an investigation, isn't it?
Lovely.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
We haven't missed his birthday. Is it his birthday? No. Hang on, one more thing, Your Honour.
Nobody remembered my birthday.
I did.
No.
I'm very disappointed. Oh, the other thing is the witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use.
Is it in the form of a haiku?
So he summarized it accordingly into this statement.
Oh, all right, okay. Bloody hell.
You may each have a copy of it, if you wish.
No, you're right.
Whatever. The prosecution doesn't need props like that.
Oh, the prosecution doesn't need props, does it?
I assume that you're talking about my coffee.
Gatto's really mad, huh?
Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. Here you are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godoc's.
3 copies? That's one more than 2 copies.
You given me yours as well? But all right, yes, Your Honour, I'll take them.
No, I want to misremember.
I'm sorry. This is a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old's apology.
What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
Gavel, I don't give a shit. This court is adjourned. No birthday cake or anything.
Well, that takes us to the end of this week's installment of La Theatre De Phénix. But wonderful audience, if you could hold on for just a little bit longer so we can do our segment that I like to call a digital round of applause, where we show due appreciation for all of our incredible performers and also allow them to do any plugs they might have. First of all of their social medias will be popping up in the chat. You can see. Do give them a follow to keep an eye on any future projects. And now we go individually. First of all, a big round of applause to our leading man, Scott Oswald, as Phoenix Wright. Scott, do you have any plugs?
Hello, everyone. Thanks. And thanks, everyone else. I'm going to plug 3 things. Mind and Calm, the charities, and then a Cardboard News Network that will be here this time next week.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Scott. And this week saw the return of Hannah Raymond Cox as Maya Fey. Hannah, How happy are you feeling that you missed the super problematic episode for Maya?
Oh, unbelievably relieved.
Yeah. Any plugs?
Yes, I've got some plugs. Please follow me on Twitter at Challah Out Loud, CHALLAH Out Loud, because I'm Jewish and I like jokes. But more importantly, this week, Stanza, the Scottish and International Poetry Festival, launches. And on the 5th, I will be releasing a poetic choose your own adventure game, which is a tour of St Andrews, and that will be on my Twitter, but also on the Stanza website, and it will be up on my itch as well.
What is your itch for those who would like to enjoy some of your games, like Let's Totally Stab Caesar and other incredible games?
That would be at hannahravencox.itch.io. So yes, it's a good time, and features a friend of mine walking very, very fast through a very beautiful Scottish town with accompanying words.
Lovely. Lovely. We also saw the return of, it's always a pleasure when a trial segment comes up again, because we get to hear the inimitable Leo West as the judge, with probably the greatest final line of any part of a Phoenix Wright we've done so far. I don't give a shit. Get out of it.
I did enjoy myself today, perhaps a little bit too much. I have a podcast about London history. I have a website. Since I last did these plugs, I should update you, Chaz, with the plugs. It's just leoawest.com. So if you want to keep an eye on that, future stuff will be on that. But most recently, I did an informational sort of publicity video for the Vagina Museum for Project for Awesome. That is on my YouTube, which is also Leo A. West. Please go check it out and look at that, and donate to the Vagina Museum, because small museums are really hurting right now on the day of the budget. And it would be great if you could support them.
I love how you said that like it was a quote from The Godfather. And you come to me on this the day
of Rishi Sunak's budget.
We also saw the return of the prosecutor who loves coffee more than anyone else, Miles Hurley as Goddo.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, y'all. Yep, follow me on Twitter if you'd like, at mpeterhurley. That would be wonderful. There are two wonderful shows that my friend and flatmate Hannah is in. What's it called? Well, actually, she's only in one of them. But the company Jury Games does two. It's called The Inquest, and then I think it's called Jury Duty is the other one. And they're very good. You should do that. And next week I'll find some sort of local small business charity that you can donate to, so that Goddo can keep getting his cups of coffee.
Fair enough. And always a pleasure to have him back. The now award-winning theatre maker slumming it in the company of La Theatre De Phénix, David Olwen as Dick Gumshoe. First of all, David, hard fucking congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, no, it's wonderful. Yeah, we got an Ofcom for our little show Viper Squad, which is still running in its slightly newer form. We've kind of twisted a bunch of things around so we can make it different every week. We have different actors playing different roles. We've got different riddles, different puzzles, different. No spoilers, but it's an 80s action movie that you get to play. So there's a different bomb at the end that you get to disarm or not disarm, depending on how well you do. Yeah, you can check that out at Control Alt Repeat. They've got a website. Just look Control Alt Repeat. Follow all my social media stuff. You'll find it somewhere.
How would one go to the Control Alt Repeat website? Is it literally phonetic, or are there some abbreviations?
That's the kind of thing that somebody who is working with the company for nigh on a year now should definitely know. Hang on to my wife, who knows everything.
Yeah. It's Control-Alt-Repeat.
That's not how you get to the website.
I know, but
no, we're burning daylight here. All right, just look it up. CTRL-ALT-RPT, I think, .com or .co.uk. Just Google it.
CTRL-ALT-RPT.com.
I think I'll put a
Oh,
link.
Thank
somewhere.
you, DVD Smith. You found it and put it in the chat. Thank you.
DVD Smith, you're a legend
Thank
and
you.
a hero. Thank you very, very much.
And-
I hope to see you.
And of course, where would this testimony have been without Victor Kudo? Ed Colley juggling a minefield of a character. and by the way, can we all have a round of applause for Ed Colley for, if nothing else, the pigeon song?
Thank you. The first thing I'd like to plug is that's now direct on iTunes. If you'd like to follow me, I can release that out.
Excellent.
But no, thank you for Chaz for having me on. It's been a blast. If you want to follow me, Twitter, Mr. Ed Colley. I'm still fundraising for Samaritans and various comedy projects in the works. Yeah, follow Mr. Ed Colley. Cool. But thanks, everyone.
And a big shout out. We did have an understudy in. They've been understudying in various parts for so many weeks now. Emily Jenker as Maggie Bird. The woman who coined Let's Get Intrusive.
Yeah, let's get intrusive, gang. Do everything else that everybody else said. That's my first plug, is all of their stuff, because they're all really great. And you should do that. And then I'm doing another show from Greenwich Theatre on the 20th of March with Netflix The Improvised Musical. You can find all that info at WFTC Improv on Twitter, or follow me at MJ Kerr. I'll be talking about it. I've got nothing else going on.
What do you mean? You're a member of Theatre De Phénix.
Apart from that, of course,
No,
which is
exactly.
the highlight of my week.
Speaking of which, if you've fallen behind on any previous episodes of Theatre De Phénix, all of the episodes are available on YouTube. If you go to the YouTube channel, I think we're 2 episodes behind now, including this one. So I'll get those uploaded sooner rather than later. The other thing is, obviously, I've been plugging Cardboard News Network. We are doing a live show. You saw a trailer for it. Tickets are free to watch it online. That's going to be in place of Theatre De Phénix. It'll be at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. Wednesday the 10th. But you have to book in through the website for the OSO Centre in Barnes. I'm going to be in a theatre with my friends that I do Cardboard News Network with. I'm very excited about it. Also, I should probably plug this. If you want to see me putting on a bad RP accent and doing way too much prop work with a pipe, I am currently in Les Enfants Terribles Immersive Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, an online adventure, or also known as Sherlock Holmes, The Case of the Hung Parliament. If you want to book in, the website is in the chat. You can, when you send them, you can, after you book in, send them an email specifically requesting me, and I will try my best to slot myself in. So that you can shout at my incompetence. I feel it's only fair. I will be back tomorrow afternoon. As per, 1 p.m. tomorrow on Thursdays is, of course, Fitness Thursdays. I'll be playing Ring Fit Adventure with a cool-down hour of Animal Crossing New Horizons. All of the new Mario stuff has arrived in Animal Crossing, which is very exciting. So hopefully we'll be having a play around with that as well. Anyway, I think I've talked for far too long. Thank you so much for joining us for this week's installment of Theatre De Phénix. The case continues in 2 weeks' time. We will see you then. But until then, from all of us here at the company, we wish you a very pleasant evening. The screen is going to go black, but do hang around because I do want to raid someone. So, because I feel it's only fair. We got a lovely raid from the wonderful Chris Betts. So I feel that we need to pay it forward in some way. So hold on to your hats. But until next time, we'll see you later. Bye-bye for now.